Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in for another interview with King Solomon Entertainment. Thank you guys so much. There'd be a lot going on, so when I get on air, I just don't have the luxury of just going right in. Just got to remember everything. But I do thank you for so much for your support. I thank you for your commentating and your likes, your subscriptions, and just your feedback. So please take this time to subscribe if you have not already. We appreciate you, for subscribing to us, King Solomon. Please, we are on YouTube, King Solomon Entertainment on YouTube, the Cultural Scribe, and the Rock Center, which is our other channels. We also are on Twitter, King Solomon ENT, and we are on Facebook, King Solomon Media Group, as well as Instagram. We're on King Solomon. We are King underscore Solomon underscore ENT underscore. And so we're so grateful for that. So make sure you take this time now and do us a favor and please subscribe. And also our link is in the bio on Instagram as well. We really appreciate if you go to Instagram, and our link is definitely in the bio. That'll take you straight to our page on there as well. So we thank you so much for your feedback, and please make sure you guys comment, let us know how we're doing, and yeah, we're so grateful for that. So we thank you so much for that support. And yeah, so this video is definitely about what has been going on the YouTube. Give me a minute as I continue to kind of get everything together on here as before I get started. And so so the YouTube controversy that's going on, again, please, I cannot stress it enough, please make sure you guys subscribe to us on King Solomon Entertainment and Culture Scribe and the Rock Center, and on Instagram as well as on Facebook, King underscore Solomon underscore ENT underscore, and all the other platforms that we're on. We're so grateful for that. On Facebook, King Solomon Media Group. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is the big controversy that has been going on Instagram. And I just want to say before I do get started, I want to apologize if this may offend anybody, because I know a lot of people feel as if all this clout chasing, and I hear what you're saying, and I think that when we have this nuanced word, a phenomenal word that we use that's trending, we tend to use it out of context or just because it's popular, and we do understand. I do understand what clout chasing is, and I get it, but now we're using it so loosely to where it's what YouTube, what you do is indicative of YouTube and what you must do to build an audience and how you follow stories and trending topics. So we even calling that now cloud chasing. But just to bring you up to speed, and I said that apology in advance. In addition to those who say people use their name to get clicks and views, which is kind of again a contradiction, and because everybody does that, you're describing what you do as a YouTuber, as a commentator. And so I do want to apologize if this offends anybody of all the fellow YouTubers that I did mention in the title section. Nevertheless, you can look at my stuff on YouTube. I do not use YouTuber's name in my titles. I rarely do commentating. When I do commentating, only if something like this topic that's going on now, which that grabs me, and I want to make a little comment about it. I am going to get better at commentating and doing more commentating on everything that is released, but that's really not my focus on YouTube. But I will be doing more of that in the up and coming year. But I do want to talk about what has transpired in Wiley, from the Wiley show, and Tasha K relationship, and Conscioustv, who had a panel discussing their disdain with one another. Both claims that there really is no issue outside of the issue of Tasha K requested of Wiley, Marquise Wiley from the Wiley Show, that he would not place her name besides Armon Wiggins, which is another fellow YouTuber. Now, to give you a backstory and place things in proper context, Wiley has been a protege or a mentee of Tasha K last 2 or 3 years on YouTube. Those of you who follow Wiley and Tasha K know them to be a separate entity, fellow YouTubers, but when they came together, we witnessed that as well. And so we know Tasha K for being this mentor towards other YouTubers. Some have went well, some have not went well, but they all have benefited, from what I witnessed and what I've seen from Tasha K. So she has been this kind of a mentor and a big help to help up and coming YouTubers grow their channel and to teach them those things that are necessary and indicative to having a successful channel. So shout out to Tasha K on that. And she had no other problem with him because Wiley talked about there's a possibility of Tasha K controlling his channel, and Tasha K put emphasis on show me when. I have not controlled you. You always done what you wanted to do, and I just asked that one request. This is where we went wrong. So in my personal opinion, you have to really be aware of the initial conversation and the initial understanding of the arrangement that Tasha K had with Wiley, Marquise Wiley from the Wiley Show. And it's unfortunate that it has come to this. A lot of people predicted this. Nevertheless, here we are, and we don't know if they are able to move forward. That was the panel was about, primarily on Conscioustv, was about them reconciling. And although from the panel interview, Wiley was very stern on not wavering, but to bring clarity to it, he was just saying that he's standing on the fact that he's going to report on what he's going to report on. But he still did not address the only disdain that Tasha K had brought clarity to, was that don't put my name side by side by a particular YouTuber. And for you to have disregard of that as a result of our history for the last 2 or 3 years, that was the real issue. So he was pretty much saying that they're not friends. He never met them. So all this stuff is giving account to, first of all, my point. And let me just say who was on there. Tasha K was on there. Armon Wiggins came on there. Conscioustv. You had Wiley on there. You had Qeen Tulsa. Monroe came on there. You had Millegra from Mob Radio was on there. You had a couple of people came in. Duval. A couple of people came in and commented. It was a great panel, and it was on for almost 4 hours, if not 4 hours, entertaining you. It got really heated. It was really good YouTube, and of course, you want to support the platform as they did. That's what I reminded me to put the Cash App up and support, because they definitely brought you great entertainment. It was definitely good commentating and good lesson to learn for fellow YouTube. That's why I'm commenting on this. I don't comment on people who have successful channels for the sake of numbers. I don't need to do that. My channel is going in a different direction, but this was for me as a fellow YouTuber, and I don't even consider myself a YouTuber, more of a journalist or media coverage, but nevertheless, a learning experience, because it was talking about mentors and mentees, and just to get back into the story, again, you must know the original arrangement that Tasha and Wiley had. And Wiley was putting emphasis now that him and Tasha are not friends. They only had a business relationship, and he never met her, etc., etc. And then there was something about an invitation to come out to her home he never received, as well as other things that probably led him to believe that she's really my friend. But whether it was a business or a friend, something had transpired where Wiley felt away. And so this is what he's not really sharing. What triggered that? What made him feel so adamant, so to take it so personal, to now be so stern in the fact that I'm not making no requests. I'm not making no, I'm not honoring no requests from anybody. Everybody is doing what they need to do, and I'm gonna do the same for my platform. And so this is where he is with it. He was also talking about how, she gave him equipment, but you gave it to me as a gift, and it was a bunch of just really things that we were not privy to that they were disclosing, but it really still did not put the missing link to why Wiley feel the way he feels. And I thought Dr. Larry Reid was the one who really was trying to get to that. What happened? What made you feel this way? Because up to then, everything was great. Because if Tasha asks you not to do something, and you're saying, and we watched you guys' relationship for the last 2 or 3 years, and I'm talking about Wiley, you were pro Tasha K. Like, you definitely defended her. Couldn't nobody else say anything about her. You were covering a lot of the stories and trailing a lot of stories she was covering and she was sending to you. You was definitely a part of the team. And you had growth. I believe you was at 14K prior to Tasha, if I remember correctly, and now you're at 20-something. I know one of probably the things is that you're not growing as fast as other YouTubers she have helped, like the daytime, tea time she have worked with her, and I could be wrong. I don't want to say no name because you got to have the right information. They are very stern about you quoting the right information, and so I'm not going to say any names, but I do know Storm Monroe was one of the ones for sure where we watched his channel come and have great strides and great numbers, and I believe. I'm speculating. Wiley thought the same would be for him and other bloggers who have definitely got surpassed 20 some K working underneath Tasha tutelage. And so I don't know if that's primarily the stagnation of growth and how it's taking so long, but he was definitely adamant about standing his ground on he's going to run his platform a way he want to run his platform, put anybody name he chooses to put in the titles at his discretion. He don't care whether you work with him or not, because you wouldn't ask nobody else to do these things, and so forth and so forth. And they were saying that they do because if you have a relationship with someone and they are in alliance with you and they're karate with you, and you guys do exchange back and forth quite often, usually they don't ask you for anything unless this really, really concerns them. And so if you feel like you don't have to honor that, if putting two people names that get great clicks and views side by side, and I made sure that I did not do that, just for the sake of the record. I really just wanted to talk about this because it was very interesting, because it had so much there as far as mentors, mentees, YouTube etiquette, YouTube collaborations with fellow YouTubers, and the way that we supposed to interact. And if these YouTubers who are successful in the subscription and in the following, they're setting the standard. What is proper protocol? What do you feel is right? And do you feel that Tasha should have asked him not to do that, knowing that that would help his numbers? And I know it was a history of Tasha and Armon, falling out, that where she don't want no association of him, but he was saying it was hypocritical of her because it's like you don't. Nobody asked that of you, and if they did, you probably wouldn't honor it anyway. That's where Wiley was coming from. Is like, why should it matter? Or I understand, and I still did it. And so, and Tasha K said, as a result of that, she's going to walk away, and that's where they at. But the whole panel was designed to salvage. Hopefully, they could salvage their relationship, their business relationship. Hopefully, Wiley get that invitation to come to see Tasha and meet her in person, and it's resolved because she did say she valued Wiley, and Wiley has grown. He has grown a lot. I liked Wiley particularly for his dragging. I think he was definitely great at dragging people, and he spared no expense. He dragged everybody. But now he has diversified his platform, covering a bunch of other stories, and he definitely have gotten better. And the more and more you do this and you learn in the business, and if you have the the privilege of learning under somebody who treats you right and teaches you how the YouTube business go, then you're fortunate. But a lot of people were saying in regards to the mentee, no mentee, hashtag no mentee type of controversy is that you just got to get on here and learn yourself, trial and error, and you just learn how to perfect your own style, and you learn YouTube back and forth business and in the middle as you go. Or if you're lucky to have someone who has done all of it prior to you and treats you fair, treats you right, and willing to teach you, then you're fortunate to have a mentor to do that. But everybody know that don't happen, and then everybody also know that even if you are fortunate to have a mentor, somewhere along the line competition gets in the way, or the possibility that person may pass you up, or just control and manipulation over that person who you supposedly want to help genuinely. And so I get the controversy. That's why I wanted to speak on it. I wanted to get my perspective. Like I said, if you're fortunate to have a great mentor, that's great. But you definitely have to do your part learning the rules of YouTube, learning about the algorithms and how it works, and the things that make up the YouTuber, a successful YouTuber, branding, and all the other things that comes with it, as far as the the actual machine and the engine of YouTube. You have to learn all that on air styling and tiling, all these other things that make up it encompasses the whole YouTuber experience and getting the results you need. And you need to learn that, and you need to learn on-air personality training, etc., how to cover stories, and also to quote things accurately, and to definitely have your sources, intact and on point. All these things in journalism, you don't take lightly, and because you're on the internet and digital TV is the new TV, and you should take anything you do as far as something that's going to be out there for everybody to view lightly. You got to take it seriously. And and the more you do it, you perfect it. If you're not ready to go on the air, then perfect it in private. You don't have to even make the videos public, but definitely perfect your craft. Definitely learn your craft, and either way, I think eventually you would appreciate where you come. Either way, if you have the experience of having a great mentor, that's a wonderful relationship to have. It's great to have it. They'll save you a lot of time. The value of having a mentor is great, because if they pour into you correctly and give you the foundation that you need, then you're great. You have something to go on, and they help you get to your goal a little bit faster, because they can help you navigate some things that they probably learned through trial and error, and just doing it, they can save you some time. Nevertheless, if that all go well, but if not, you learn on your own. The great, beautiful thing about that, when you begin to learn it and become successful, you can appreciate it more because you did it yourself, and no one else can take that credit from you. So both ways can still get you to your ultimate goal, being a successful YouTuber. And so I don't discourage one way or the other, but I am speaking directly towards don't fall for excuses. No excuses. Get on here, do it if you have no mentor, and and just do it. There's no excuses with or without a mentor. You can definitely make it happen. But yeah, that was a very great panel, and I won't really focus on the negativity of what was said. Again, that's not my goal. I want to talk about this because it was great to learn. I learned a lot from following the YouTubers. Conscioustv is a great YouTuber. Dr. Larry Reid, of course, is great. Tasha's great. I love it. Everybody that's on there, Mob Radio. And so learning from all these people, and then their interactions, and then how they give up so much game. You have to really be attentive to what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? So and you learned a lot. So I can appreciate you learning from them, and they giving up so much game. Although, like I say, even in political campaigns, they say the dirty campaigns are the best campaigns, because you learn the truth. You learn about each candidate, because they're gonna be throwing out those shots, and so you listen to those things. But it was really, really great to hear the interaction of the journalists and the commentators and the YouTubers interact and good relationships and good alliances can also go bad sometime, and the proper etiquette of how you treat one another. Now, this is the King's perspective, and I'm going to end with that, and then I'm going to leave it alone. I watched it, and I remember, I say from his beginning, working with Tasha K. And again, I think you have to be privy to the arrangement that Tasha K had with him in the beginning to really, really make a real concise decision and a fair decision. I don't know if she promised that he would be at a certain point by this time, and he feel like he has not reached that certain point. I don't know. But nevertheless, in my personal opinion, if Tasha K, and he had admitted that she did get the cameras for him and other stuff, but he said it was a gift, and then Dr. Larry said you should give it back if you don't feel like it was something that was really towards solidifying a healthy relationship between you and Tasha K, give it back. And he was saying he was not giving back no gift. And so this is the type of position he's taking. And so I feel like he should have honored the request. Because she didn't say don't put my name up there, she don't put it next to. And I don't think that is hard to ask. I really don't. So I really believe there's some other underlying issues that has brought a dichotomy between Tasha K and Wiley relationship, and so hopefully they can reconcile those things. Hopefully they can make an amends, and if not, maybe she have helped him enough to where maybe he wants to do it on his own, and it wasn't as fulfilling as he thought, because I'm sure that it was supposed to be a win-win, and he felt like his numbers. That's the only thing I could think of. His numbers is still not up into the high 100, high 60, 70, or 100K. That's what he probably thought he was going to get from working with, Tasha K. Because other than that, I don't see anything else. Because Tasha K, like she admitted, she has been on his platform more than anyone else's platform, and I'm thinking that. Every video, every interview, you ask people to subscribe and share and comment. So I don't know why what her followers or people who come to see both of you guys together was not subscribing to your channel. I don't understand. And so I don't understand, outside of everything else you're covering, what stagnated the growth. If you feel like growth was being stagnated, I don't know. Maybe, like I say, it's a lot of underlying issues. But we hopefully they can amend it, they can reconcile, they can move forward. If not, I wish Tasha well, and her, of course, she's going to continue to do well, and I wish Wiley to continue to do well as he figure out how he will move forward. But they also have the revisiting of, like I said, the disdain of Armon Wiggins, because Armon Wiggins, he was reporting on the Cardi B party with Offset. Offset birthday just passed, and Cardi B threw Offset the party, and Armon was there. And so Wiley said that was relevant to talk about Tasha K and Armon, which he still didn't clarify why that was relevant. But if that was just topics on your show for that day to talk about, then it could have been separate. That was the whole point. But he's claiming that it wasn't separate, it was all together. But he never clarified how that all was together, because again, I think at that particular party, she reached out in particular to a lot of YouTubers and a lot of influencers to come. And a lot of other influencers like Tasha K and others admitted they got invited to the same party. And I must say, I'm here in Hollywood, California, and I got invited, and not only to this one, but to the last one she had of herself, and the Jason Lees and the others. So I don't know why that was big news or whatever, but that's what he said. But a lot of influencers got invited, and so, but Armon talked about his relationship with Tasha K and their falling out, and the fact that he feels like she is bothered. He said he's not. He said he don't care. What would he care? She has a larger platform than him. What would he care? He don't care. She is concerned about putting his name next to hers, and why is he's always relevant when they mention her. And so that was their disdain. And so they went back toe to toe, as they claim, using their vernacular, just go toe to toe on the same stage. Let's do this. So they rumbled a little bit. Very entertaining. I'm talking about very entertaining. It was good. And I think I'm gonna watch it again. Hopefully soon. But it was really really good because I learned a lot, and it's interesting. It's very interesting. But definitely value. I would end with this, the Qeen perspective. I would value my relationships with everybody that I have. I don't undermine any relationship. Stay true to your platform. You don't know what's going to stunt and grow. You don't know what's going to plateau your growth. Plateau your growth. You don't know what's going to take off. You just got to be true to your platform. Be consistent. Be diverse. Cover a diverse multiple things, but perfect each one. Become good at what you do. Be able to hold the audience, and just it will come. It will happen. And then learn about the engine, the algorithm, the way YouTube work. It's a business. Learn about it as much as you can. Social media marketing, digital marketing. Learn about it as much as you can. The equipment, it's a production. All these things, the lighting, all these things bring value to your platform, and it helps you grow. And just learn about it day by day. Take it upon yourself to learn. And if you're fortunate to assemble a great team, please do that. And just continue to move forward. Continue to be faithful and what you are committed to do. But again, guys, great panel. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Hope you guys can do another one or follow up. Happy New Year to you guys. Great year. Hopefully all the YouTubers and all the commentators and everybody have a great 2020. It was definitely a wonderful 2021 to be online and to grow and to experience what I have. Again, make sure you guys support any way to Cash App right there. Make sure you guys follow us on all social media platforms. The link is in our Instagram, Qeen _Solomon _ENT on Instagram, and Qeen Solomon Media Group on Facebook, as well as Twitter, Qeen Solomon ENT. Make sure you guys follow us on all platforms. And thank you guys so much. Until next time, Happy New Year, Happy 2022. And we'll be coming again with more great interviews. And we just thank you guys so much. Till next time, make sure you guys follow us. Bye-bye. Have a good night.